everyone. This is the second video that we are making. We're going to try to show you as much as we can, as quickly as we can. But know that we are all learning. And just today, we found out something we didn't really want to know. So it's going to be a fun trip. Some of your fellow tutors have agreed to help me make this video. If you could just introduce yourself in alphabetical order, we'll start with Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Davidoff.
Okay. Annie.
Hey, I'm Annie.
Fadakime.
Hey, my name is Fadakime Olutibo.
So as you can see right now, I'm seeing as many people as possible. But if you go up to this corner, you can click switch to follow speaker mode, and only the person speaking will be on this large screen. So we're going to let Grant be the first to introduce himself this way.
Hi, I'm Grant Friedman.
Hunter.
Sup? It's Hunter Lindsay.
Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira.
Marta.
Hi, I'm Marta. You cannot see me, but I am here and talking.
Tess. Tess, can you hear us?
Oh.
Yeah, that happens a lot. So we're going to work on it. So you really have two basic methods of working with students. But the first thing you want to do so that students can share their files with you is to make sure that all students are presenters. So you want to go over here by the student's name. Let me actually close this out so you can see the whole thing. So go to the Collaborate panel, open it. Now you want to click Participants. Now the bubble by the student's name is the attending control. And now you want to make all students that are visiting you a presenter. And you'll know you've done it because it'll move them to the presenter section. Students cannot share anything with you unless they are a presenter. They can't share files, they can't share pictures, they can't share anything. All they can do is chat. So this needs to be the first thing that you do. Now in your sessions, you're probably only going to have 4 people. That's the max that I've listed. We'll talk about what to do if you have more than 4 people tomorrow, but you can just say come back later. That was in the email I sent with some basic rules. So now everybody's a presenter, and I'm going to ask everyone to upload a file for me, please. The way students upload a file, if you need to talk them through it, once you've made them a presenter, is they can hit share content and share a file. Now the only files they can share are PDFs and JPEGs. It says PowerPoint, but Annie tried to earlier and they had a real problem with it. So everything needs to be a PDF file or a JPEG. That's really the only way things work. And as you see, as the files get shared, it pops up on the screen and it's populating right here. Now because everyone is a presenter, everyone can write on the file. I'm writing on the file. Grant, do you want to go ahead and circle something on the file that's up right now? Or anybody, doesn't matter. There we go. As you can see, everybody can write on the file that's in the room. And you, as the moderator, can click what file you want to go back to. Let's say you're working with 2 students who have uploaded a picture of a question and you want to go back to a different section. So once you're here, you can decide which one to do and then share it. So now I've decided to share this one. Okay? And now I can go back and I can share a different one. And it's going to give you the option to share if it's a PowerPoint or something like that. It's going to give you the option to share a particular page. So that's how you're going to navigate the files that students upload because it's all going to happen at the same time. I know it feels crazy. It is a little crazy. We're all trying to get through it together, but that's how you navigate files. The other option is, I really wish this would go away. So, the other thing, while we're waiting on everybody to get settled and for this to go away so I can do my job, you need to make sure that the students are working in Chrome or Firefox If they are having an issue, more than likely they are in the wrong browser. So we learned our lesson already there. So Chrome or Firefox. If they are having trouble hearing you, ask that the student put on some sort of headphones. We had trouble with that with 3 people earlier, and that fixed it, okay? So the next feature that you want to pay attention to is the chat feature. So we've been chatting for a while, so you can see a lot of stuff here. But Grant, oh no, not Grant, Hunter. Grant, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Hunter, do you want to add a link to Google? So if a
Like the
student
Google
doesn't
Doc?
have PDF, they can send you a link to Google Drive. So as you can see in the chat, Hunter sent me a link. Now, basically what has to happen at this point is I've clicked here, but in order to really play with it, as the student plays with it, I can't be in Collaborate. I have to just be on the Google Doc. But I'm going to leave Collaborate on so the student can hear me. So if they send a link, you can play with it, you can type with it, you can talk, you can do all that stuff, but make sure that you leave Collaborate on because otherwise they can't hear you, right? So that's how you have the conversation, but really your primary focus is going to be on the tab with the Google Doc. I know this is confusing. It's much easier to have the student upload a PDF. Does anybody have a PDF to upload? Did anybody upload a PDF?
Just for the
Yes,
files?
that was that very long slide I sent you.
Okay. So I'm going to look at best study tips as a PDF. Click there. I'm going to share now that I'm in the files. Choose what I want to do. And this is actually a much easier way to do a paper, or if you're an LLC tutor, to do a manuscript. This is way easier.
Okay.
The other option you can do is you can share your screen. So let's say that you are let's say you're an anatomy tutor and you really think that there's a visual way to do something a little bit better. You can click to share your screen and it's going to do that weird thing again. But not if I do... If what's on my screen is a little different. Are you guys still seeing the weird warp thing, by the way, or are you seeing the Google Docs?
Yes.
Google. Oh,
Google Docs.
yeah, Google
Sometimes
Docs.
weird work.
Yes, both.
Okay, so now are you seeing what I just Googled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so if you're going to share your screen, make sure that you're in a new tab. And again, just like with the Google Doc, you're going to talk about what you're looking at, but you're going to be in a different screen. So leave Collaborate on so they can hear you, but you're going to maneuver, and let's say I'm pointing out the difference in color, or there's a particular math problem or a YouTube video that I want to share. I need to be on that screen to share my screen, but I still need Collaborate up so that they can hear me. So let's stop that because that's awful. The next thing we should talk about is the fact that down here, students can raise their hands. So if we go back to attendees, yay, students are raising their hands, and you can see somebody has a question. So that's this feature right here. Students can also tell you if they're unhappy or confused. You can make the choice of whether or not you want to share this with students. I don't know if you want to, but under my status and settings, they can tell you if they're surprised, if they need you to go faster, if they need you to go slower. And as you can see, it all appears over here as students play with it. So just keep an eye because you can't always see all the students' faces. So you're going to want to look to see if they're asking you to go slower, if they're asking you to go faster, if they're still confused. All of those things are available for them to tell you right here. I'm confused, go faster, go slower, all that good stuff. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to put students into groups. So this might be particularly useful for math tutors. Writing tutors, you're only going to work with one student at a time. LLC tutors, you're going to work with up to 4, but you're going to be working with all French students, right? So you don't have to put them in boxes, as it were. So, but for math tutors, for science tutors, you might be working with students who are actually doing two different things. So what you can do is create breakout groups. So you want to click here. It's automatically going to randomly assign students. You don't want it to do that. So let's say you have 3 who are in quantitative methods. You can name the group QM. And then you have 4 that are in calculus. You can name the group or 2 that are in calculus. You can name the group. That's not how you spell calculus. This is my life right now. So you can name the group QM, you can name the group calculus, and then you can add members to those groups. So I now want Annie in quantitative methods. I want Alex in calculus. I'm going to randomly assign them to these groups because otherwise it's going to take forever. But that's how you assign people into groups by the subject. So then you have to click start so that the groups actually begin. Just because you put them in groups doesn't mean anything. So you start the groups, and now you're in the main room by yourself. So if you're under attendees, it will allow you to enter groups at will. So I'm going to enter group 2 with this little door right here.
Will be nice. Okay.
See, they're talking to each other.
Cool.
They don't need you. They don't need me. So while they're in this group, everybody automatically becomes a presenter. So they can share their screens, they can talk to each other, they can hear each other. So as you go from group to group, make sure to encourage them to keep talking and to keep working while you go to another group. For math tutors, you can work with 6 people if you want to. It's up to you. It depends on skill level and how many subjects you're working with. But this is a great way to work with more than one kind of subject area without kind of confusing everyone. And as you can see, you can go to wherever you want. I want to go to group 1 now. It's going to take a second. And now I'm in group 1. Hello, group 1.
Hello, Michael.
Nice to see you. And then finally, there's group 3, which somehow Kira has made herself a presenter in. I don't know how she's done that, but she has.
I have no idea.
So that is how you toggle between groups. When you're done with breakout groups, or if enough people leave that you feel like you can go put everybody back in one room, you want to go up here and in breakout groups, which then puts everybody back in the main room. It's going to take a second, but now we're back in the main room. Look at us being fancy in the main room together. So that is another thing. Again, this is going to be a process. Alert students that they are going to have to take some time. I sent an email earlier today to faculty to let them know that we would be open starting March 23rd. All times are central. This is going to be scary, but I am available to help in any way that I can. Okay? So we're going to make another video tomorrow that goes a little bit more in depth. I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of basically what happens so that you know how to maneuver, you know what type of documents students can upload, you know how to upload stuff. And students aren't the only ones who can upload. You can upload as well. You can share your screen. You can share files with students. Earlier today, they did a poll because they thought it was funny. And they said, is this weird? And then they said yes. So you can also do a poll. So if you're working with 4 people in the same subject, you can ask a question and see how many of them get it right. It's really up to you how you want to tutor in this arena. But try to use as much as you can. Like, it's going to be not exactly the tutoring experience that they want, but we can try, okay? So hopefully today's video and yesterday's video give you some idea of what you can do. We're going to make another video tomorrow that hopefully runs a little bit smoother. But I will tell you, I am fighting some allergies, so that video may not be up until tomorrow. So my suggestion is to text a friend, have that friend click on your link while you're the moderator, and just play around together, right? Just see how much you can get done. And it doesn't have to be a fellow tutor. I'm going to share my screen again with you. Share application screen. Share this screen. So if you look on the Learning Center site, this is the things that I need students to keep in mind. But, and this students will know this because I just sent out the email and I will send it out to all students. If they click on your name, anybody can click on your name to get this guest link. So if you know like 4 or 5 people who can click and you can work together on making sure that it's good, go ahead and do that. They don't have to be Belmont students. They don't have to be tutors. They can be anyone. They just need to go to our site and choose you, essentially. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and go back. So that's it for today. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
They've been very helpful. And before we really cancel anything, did I miss anything? Was there anything that occurred to us?
I want to add that my Wi-Fi connection was a little bit slow, and so I wasn't able to share any files. So, like, if you have Wi-Fi that's sort of like inconsistent, that might be one thing that you're just not able to do, is share any files at all.
Could you share your screen even though it was slow? Because that may be an option.
I might be able to. Yeah, it looks like I can.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Or share like a Google Doc that you can work on together.
Right.
So that might be an option if Wi-Fi is spotty or slow. Does anybody else have anything?
Nope.
All right, well, I'm going to end this video. Hopefully we'll have another one. But even if we don't, yesterday's video and today's video should give you enough if you decide to go in and play around to do all the things you need to do. Okay? I hope y'all are
Thank
staying
you.
safe. Have a great day. Thanks.